Hi guys, this is gsnl.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus. So a few days ago, on February 9th, Samsung unveiled the S22 series and we offered you a hands-on with the S22 Ultra, and this is the larger version of the regular S22. Now this year, they're offering us Gorilla Glass Victus Plus protection on the backside, this type of glass, the backside and also the front side, and they're going with a flatter design, perhaps mimicking the Apple iPhone 12 and 13 approach. Now, the first thing that I felt when wielding this phone, the S22 Plus, was that I was using an iPhone 12 Pro Max or iPhone 13 Pro Max. That's the vibe I'm getting here. Now, seen from the back, the phone looks quite similar to its predecessor, but actually, the diagonal, it has become 0.1 inches smaller. The phone starts from $999 and it comes with a very narrow bezel screen at the front side, while at the same time we have here the Exynos 2204 nanometer version, which has a brand new GPU co-developed by Samsung and AMD with a bit of ray tracing. Okay, so let's see what's inside the box. A pretty small box, as we saw last year, without a charger. But we do get this key, metal key, used to access the slots, nano SIM, no micro SD, once again expected. Here we have I would say manual or rather package content and some info, and a cable which goes from USB-C to USB-C. Nothing out of the ordinary compared to the last year model, but there's something you should know from the get-go. As an extra from the smaller S22, this one provides you with 45 watt charging via wire, of course. Now, getting to the design, the phone comes in black, white, pink, gold, which is this one here, and also green. Unlike last year, when the camera module was a different color from the backside, the two are, I would say, pretty similar. We have a plate of metal here and special coating for the lenses for protection and to reduce odd reflections. Now, the phone measures 7.6 millimeters in thickness and weighs 196 grams. It's a bit on the lighter side if you look at other models out there with a diagonal which goes above 6.5 inches. It's got IP68 certification, which means it can take a water dunking, and also it resists dust. Aside from that, it's pretty grippy, I would say, courtesy of the flatter approach. The back is flat, the front is totally flat, which is a boon for gamers, and the sides also flat, in spite of the gloss making them look a bit curved. The camera module keeps the wrap around the corner design from last year, however it's got a more abrupt approach, less sloped than last year. Now, as far as the screen is concerned here, we're dealing with a quality dynamic AMOLED 2X, 6.6 inches in diagonal, and it also provides Full HD Plus resolution, 120 Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus, and the frame rate can drop down to 10 Hz to save some power. Now, if you want to see the CPU that we're dealing with here, you can see it in this app. You don't see the actual identity of the Exynos 2200, but you can see here the Xclipse 920, the brand new GPU with technology from AMD and ray tracing. The version we have has 8 gigs of RAM and up to 256 gigabytes of storage from what's shown here. UFS 3.1 in case anybody was wondering, and no micro SD. Now, on the battery front, we're getting a 4500 mAh unit, and aside from the 45 watt wired charging, there's 15 watt wireless charging and 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging. There's no audio jack, as you can see for yourself. We do have an USB-C 3.1 port at the bottom, the nano SIM tray, one of the speakers, which is rather small, and the other speaker is here at the top side for a stereo speaker setup. The fingerprint scanner is of the ultrasonic variety. It's embedded in the screen, and I just use it in a pretty efficient manner. On the connectivity front, this phone provides you with 5G, also Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2, GPS, AGPS, GLONASS, BDS, Galileo, NFC, and once again USB-C 3.2. The cutout you see here, the punch hole, is, I would say, rather small, and it includes a 10 megapixel camera able to do 4K 60 frames per second capture video, of course. At the back side, the camera setup has changed from last year. The main 12 megapixel camera from the S21 Plus has been replaced by a 50 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization. We also have a 10 megapixel camera, a telephoto one with 3x optical zoom. The one from last year was a 64 megapixel camera with 1.1x optical zoom. And finally, 12 megapixel ultra wide camera with super steady video stabilization and large 1.4 micron pixels. This baby can do 8K 24 frames per second video capture. And you can see here its variety of options and settings. Now the AI can detect text automatically, much like the iPhone does right now. We have a Pro Video mode, Pro Photo mode, Single Take, Night mode, Food mode, Panorama, Super Slow-Mo, Regular Slow-Mo, Hyperlapse, Portrait Video and Director's View, which allows you to have access to all of the cameras at the same time and alternate between them when need be. We got your video section here. We also have Portrait, and Portrait also recognizes pets now, including dogs and cats. And you can also do nighttime portraits, and at the same time the AI is so accurate it can tell between strands of hair when taking portrait shots. The sensor here is 23% larger, the main one, and we have the adaptive pixel technology which captures more light. We also have nightography, which is a term that Samsung coined to reveal its prowess when it comes to nighttime capture. Okay, so I think that's about it. One more thing about the screen. It has something called the adaptive sensor or something like that, the vision booster, which adapts to the ambient light around and provides the ideal color tone and also the ideal brightness for your experience. Okay, so let's go to gsm.com, a good occasion to also see the virtual keyboard. On the software front, this is Android 12 with One UI 4.1 on top. I don't see many changes from 4.0 to 4.1. I mean, you still have those green icons here that appear when you access the camera and the microphone for the sake of privacy. You also have the dynamic wallpaper option, excuse me, not exactly dynamic, more like the material you feature from Android 12. You can actually extract, with the color palette feature, you can extract colors from the background and apply them to icons and menus. What else? The camera's icons have changed, they're more well explained now, and the best thing about the software is that Samsung has promised us 4 years of Android updates. So starting with Android 12 here, we should be able to get up to Android 16. So that's pretty impressive if you ask me. And also they're making their packages and accessories using ocean recycled plastic, particularly the fishing nets. They're recycling more than they did before. So this is pretty much it. This is the bigger version of the starting Galaxy S22. It wields and feels like an iPhone. Oddly enough, it improves the zoom, it improves the main sensor, so it's an all-around bigger improvement from the S21 Plus compared to the S21 Plus from the S20 Plus. Okay, so that's about it. $999 the starting price. This feels like a pretty solid gaming phone, an all-around camera experience if you don't want to splurge a few $100s more for the Ultra, and if it's too big for you. That's it from us. We'll be back with a full review soon. Bye bye.